guys, and welcome to the Roller Coaster College. And so, it's like Roller Coaster College. If you've seen, don't know how to pronounce it, I'm just gonna say Silverbat. So basically, first episode, like Silverbat. We're gonna be, using the first video. Is, if you have this, if you don't have this, it's fine, you can use this, but I'm just gonna use this type and then the red options. But for like all this, you can just do whatever you want. Like for change them, I'll just do the normal, white and red, like the beast. It's like the beast, so I'll change it down to 6. You don't have to really do any of this. It's basically your customization. But do highly recommend the track being like a gray and changing these two parts like that for brown. Realistic, but since this is the first episode, I'm gonna put it down, leave it at 6. And I highly recommend doing like a little like pre-section before the hill. Some similar to this. But here's something to know. If you go up and you can't do all that, you want to do a big curve, you'll see it doesn't match. So what you can do is to twist it 90 degrees and it'll go flat completely. So there's a little tip for you on that. And I'll just do some little curving there. Now, you can change the speed if you want. I'm just going to change speed because we're not going to go pretty high. At least a little lower than, at least a little lower than 100 feet. Should be good. And then some of these classic coasters, like the Beast, the Racer, the Suck Express, all those rides. I just basically put King Ground rides because those are the ones I know. They always don't do this smooth transitional like that. Most of the time, they just have this so straight section. And for the next video, we'll be talking about a steel coaster. So basically, most of the time, we'll do like this drop. But I want to do like a little pre-drop. What a pre-drop means is that when you do like sort of like Vortex or any of those rides, steel coasters, wooden coasters, doesn't really matter. Sometimes it'll have this like little curve or something. I'm just gonna bank it before it goes into the curve, and then I'll put it in its drop. About 45 degrees is a good start for your first coaster, a wooden coaster. I'd highly recommend like doing like curving it before you go. But like when you get a little closer to the ground, I recommend curving it like that. But let's see how good it looks. Let's just see how it looks. And this is for the classic tutorial. Eventually, I'll do the advanced tutorial. But this is just for the classic tutorial. For the classic. Generically, these rides don't have inversions. This is like, if you don't know what the inversion is, it's basically like a loop-de-loop. For some of you that's new to coasters, there are more different types of loops than a loop-de-loop. And a vertical loop, which this is the vertical loop. Game has a corkscrew, which is like a vertical loop, but it's wide. It also has a cobra roll, which is like this. So they're like a mirrored corkscrew-ish. But none, I don't think, besides Soda Beast, which used to be a coaster that had which was the world's first wooden coaster that featured a loop, but the loop is made of steel. But not gonna get into all of that. So I highly recommend doing like a little bunny hop, and then this steep airtime hill. I'm not that steep, obviously, but you get the memo. If you don't, just rewind this. So about like that is a good air thumbnail. Yeah, I'm not really good explaining, but at this point we can do a little turnaround, and this is not like a PTC, which we'll get into a different video. I'll actually start. I'd recommend like curving left or right. Really depends on which way you're going. And I want to curve down. You can't just curve like what I did pre-drop. But I'm just gonna curve like this, and they're already starting to maybe lose a little bit of speed. So just low to the ground elements like some hills. But this type of wooden coaster isn't really like can be modern, really. Not a whole lot modern. I'm just gonna do some gold ground elements, really. Just a little bit of curves, some little hills. Generically, I'll just do like some turns to the final break run. I'm actually moving my fingers fast for these moving transitions. I'm not gonna get into these controls. You can search for all those topics on YouTube, but okay, this is a pretty good spot to stop. Now it's a lot more easier to like get it with the block sections. So basically, if I place this down, this entire block, but if in two block sections in this game, prior to Planet Coaster. One block section in Planet Coaster makes an extra train, but in this game, you have to have two. You have to have two extra trains. And I went a little too high there. Block section. It really depends on how you build the block section. It's not really this way is also your sort of way. But most of the time you could see most coasters like have a raised up a bit, but apart from that, pretty generic one coast woody. You can do any type you want. You can make a hyper coaster. It doesn't really matter. I'll just let you have a POV on it now. Alright, I'll catch you back when the POV is done. Alright, seriously, okay. So just one more thing I have to tell you. These are usually really short, like a minute, 2 minutes long, most of them. But that's all I have to say. Alright, enjoy your ride. I'll skip this part for you. Alright, we're about to drop, so just enjoy your ride in the big boy. I'll stop with that. Alright, that's the coaster. It's actually a pretty fast ending, but that's just your standard way to start your first ride, and goodbye.